Bill Gates, founder of Microsoft, said, if I had $2, I'll use one for PR. Good evening, Toastmasters and my dear guest. Today I'll take you through a visualization. So let's go. Who is he? Does anybody has any idea? Okay, so here's Edward Bernays. He is known as father of PR. Now what he did, why he became father of PR? He made a campaign which socialized smoking as a public status. Now you will be wondering, is it something to be proud of, really? Okay, I'll take you to the next slide. In his campaign, Girl in Red, he showed a woman smoking cigarette. Now again, your ethics will say you, seriously, are you kidding me? No, how can he be a father of PR? Let me tell you, he came up with this campaign in 1920, and at that time, women were treated as socially inactive. They were not treated as a socially secure and social symbol. And to break out that taboo, he showed a woman smoking cigarette to show people that they are equal to men and they are also social symbol. And that made him father of PR. PR, public relation. The word says the meaning. But as per Edward, PR means to create an image, to project it to the people, and to maintain it for the future. Now, things are very easy when you go through something which is called uncertain or very much to the point thing. You can organize any event very efficiently. But when things are volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous, the design of any event becomes tough. Now, those 4 words might have bounced you. I understand it bounced me back then. But our ancestors are great. They made out abbreviation. And that made volatile, ambiguous, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous into VUCA. And that is VUCA. Welcome to the VUCA world. Now, if you want to experience what is VUCA world, you have to do 3 things. Very simple. Get up wherever you are sitting, go to your window and look outside. What you will see is VUCA world. I'll give you my example. I was enjoying my last days at Chennai. Things were going good, and then something happened, and that something is COVID. Things became very uncertain, volatile, complex, and it's still ambiguous. Now the point of concern is how to do PR activities in this kind of situation. There are many ways. I'll take you through 3 most important ways which I feel is very much required and very much needed. The first one is branding. Now, out of all those wise people who are sitting there, how many of you have ever worn a t-shirt which said, I am brand? Or if you're motivated by Badshah, you'd have worn a t-shirt saying that, Ladka to brand hai. How many of you have done this? Can you please raise your hands or tell or give any kind of response? Seriously, no one, or am I not audible? Okay, so you guys are very wise. Actually, I've worn it. So branding is about creating an image of the person, of the identity of any kind of organization. Why you do branding? You do branding because you want to develop a message. You want to give a message to the audience. You want to develop a kind of a connection between them. They should understand what you're doing. How to do branding? The branding is very simple. In traditional ways, you used to do it through posters or some kind of an advertisement. But now, in this kind of VUCA world, branding has become digitalized. You have to be innovative. Now, you can take out some kind of video messages because video is something very interactive. When you see people, when you look at them, they tend to hear you. People love to listen to any kind of message which is very crisp, short, and to the point. So if I had to make any kind of a PR activity, I will make a video campaign, a video activity, a video message, where I'll give a message to all my participants with a message which will be short, crisp, and to the point. Branding is has to be about maintaining your image. You cannot afford to do anything which will destroy it. There has to be few vital information in any kind of branding. That is why you are doing it, what you are doing it, when you are doing it, where you are doing it, and obviously how you are going to do it. Branding is about making a connection. Now that's come to my next slide. Connection doesn't mean only a connection between a heart and a connection between any kind of intellectual connection. It means connection between your heart and your mind. You have to go deep into your target audience. You cannot make them say like an outsider. We have to understand what they want to listen to us. We need to make kind of a bond, a kind of a relationship with them. Now, there's one thing which cannot afford to be any kind of an PR activity, and that is ego. Now, if you personalize ego into a general terms, then ego will be the only kind of person whom you will say, please go. Now, the PR person will always use please even to say go. You cannot afford to have a connection if you don't have high EQ. Now, what is EQ? EQ means emotional quotient. Everybody here, everybody has high IQ, but very few people have very high EQ. EQ has many components like self-awareness, social awareness, etc. But the most important part of EQ is empathy. You should understand the pain of all your stakeholders. If you don't do that, you cannot take the honey out of the beehive. Now, that's what EQ teaches you. It's always we when it comes to PR. It's never between me and my team. It's always between you, your team, and the target audience. All have to be synchronized, and that's what you, me, and we. I feel that these three parts are very vital for campaigning any kind of a PR activity. And to conclude with, I want to say a quote from Edward Bernays, and which said, PR, some people are born great, some people achieve greatness, and some people hire PRs. Thank you so much.